The cold chain is a central part of the vaccine delivery system in all countries. It is the process used to keep vaccines at their correct temperature, from manufacture to delivery in health facilities, outreach sessions and mobile clinics. We will now follow the cold chain from the bulk store to the end, so you can understand the importance of this part of the immunisation process. Vaccines are delicate and must be treated with care. They are sensitive to heat and freezing, so must be kept at the correct temperature from the time they're manufactured until they're administered. If bad vaccines are used, people will think they're immunised, but they won't be protected. If the cold chain is maintained and the vaccines are given before their expiry date, you can be confident they will be effective. Remember to check the expiry date carefully before you use any vaccine. You can see it here on the label of the vial. Most vaccines, such as DTP, DT, TT, Hep B, liquid HIV and liquid DTP Hep B HIV, should always be stored at a positive temperature between +2 degrees Celsius and +8 degrees Celsius. However, some vaccines, such as OPV and MMR, can also be stored between -15 degrees Celsius and -25 degrees Celsius. Vaccines that have been exposed to freezing or to temperatures above +8 degrees Celsius may lose their potency over time. The temperature of the cold chain is maintained with a variety of cooling systems. Cold rooms, refrigerators, cold boxes and vaccine carriers are all used at some time. Some refrigerators are gas or kerosene powered and some rely on electricity. Others in African rural areas are now solar powered with a battery and regulator. Maintenance on a regular basis, such as defrosting them once a month, or when the ice builds up on the inside, will keep refrigerators working efficiently. When doing this, ensure the vaccines are kept cool by placing them in a cold box with ice packs lining the sides. Remember to keep the vaccines away from the ice packs so they don't freeze. Inspect the seals on these refrigerators and cold boxes and replace them if there are signs of wear. Faulty seals will let the cold air out, which could spoil the vaccine. Refrigerators have two compartments, the main area where the vaccines and the diluents for dried vaccines are stored, and the freezer compartment where the ice packs can be frozen for at least 24 hours before being used. Large cold boxes are lined with ice packs and can keep vaccines cool for about 16 hours. This makes them ideal for moving vaccines from central stores to health centres and clinics. Vaccine carriers are small portable insulated containers used during outreach sessions and in health centres. They are lined with ice packs and the vaccines are placed in the centre. A foam pad with a number of slots in it is placed on top of the vaccines under the vaccine carrier lid. The vaccines being used during the day session are kept in these slots so they stay cool but are easy to reach. Large shipments of vaccines come supplied with a vaccine cold chain monitor card or fridge tag, which will indicate how long the vaccines have been exposed to high temperatures in cases where the cold chain has been broken. If the circles on the card have changed colour, you know the cold chain has been broken. These cards should stay with the shipment at all times. A thermometer placed in the main section of the refrigerator or cold box needs to be monitored twice a day every day and the temperature recorded on a chart. Do this even on weekends. Adjust the thermostat if the temperature is too warm or too cold. Keep it between +2 and +8 degrees Celsius at all times. The refrigerator temperature is important, but you also need to check whether the vaccines have been exposed to temperatures outside the +2 to +8 degrees Celsius range. The vaccine vial monitor found on the vial label tells you if the vaccine has been exposed to high temperatures. When the inner square is lighter than the surroundings, as you see here, the vaccine is okay. When they're the same colour or darker, don't use them, they're no good. They should be returned to the EPI management for disposal. Use new highly performing tools when available, such as fridge tags and freeze tags, to monitor the temperature within the fridge and vaccine carriers. If you suspect a vaccine batch has been frozen, it's important to check the vials themselves by doing the shake test. To do this test, deliberately freeze a vial from the batch you suspect may have been frozen. Let it thaw, then shake this vial and another from the same batch for 10 to 15 seconds. Place them on a table and leave them for 30 minutes. Now compare the vials. The deliberately frozen vial will have sediment at the bottom and clear liquid above. If the second vial looks the same, you know it too has been frozen at some time and should be returned to the EPI manager for disposal. If it is still cloudy, it's okay to use. Sunlight and fluorescent light, as well as high or freezing temperatures, can ruin the vaccines, so make sure they are not left in bright light or hot areas. Remember, always keep vaccines refrigerated between +2 degrees and +8 degrees Celsius. Check the monitors and expiry dates before using vaccines. And don't ever leave vaccines in the sun or bright light while in transit, in a village, or at the health centre for long periods.